Hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a good Sunday here. Let's break down what Bitcoin is going to be doing this week because it's either going to be very, very good or very, very bad here. There's not going to be much neutrality to this week. So as we zoom in, you guys already know we're in a bull trend right now. At this point in time, we've definitely been consolidating more over the past couple months. We are looking at this 20-week moving average, and that's our level of support right now. You guys do see we have a red MACD, an almost red stochastic, and a red RSI. This is generally pointing towards more bearish neutrality, which is definitely more bearish move, which means we're going to be in this range here and most likely heading back towards the bottom part of the range unless we find some support from those daily indicators. Going over here to the daily charts, you guys can see everything is still bearish, bearish, bearish. I have no reason to believe that Bitcoin is going to suddenly bounce from here unless we find some type of way to hold coming into tomorrow with maybe some good economic data or something similar. Because all we're seeing here is more bearish moves, more bearish moves, more bearish moves. If we were to pop open here the colored candle so you can kind of see the general direction of everything, you guys can see we've been having that sell signal here for a while, and it's been working out for those of you guys that like to short. Long, short, it's been working out in moderation. When we have the weekly chart kind of building us up as well, everything goes a lot better. But while the weekly charts are kind of in this, bearish neutrality, you really can't hold your positions for much longer than maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks if you guys are really trying to push the boundaries here. And, we're about 1 week into here, we might have like another week left. And then from there, I think I can start buying more 20 to 30 hour swing trades trying to play the bounce off of maybe the $61,500 level. I'm basically just waiting to see how far we get down. Typically, when we're looking at stuff like this, I try to go down all the way to maybe the 1 hour chart. So let's just do that very fast. The 4 hour chart, a little bit more bullishness right here, but it's turning over a little bit. And you can see when that bullishness starts over, it's not like we're going all the way to the moon or anything. It just means we've kind of stopped falling down as fast here. Same with over here. Stopped falling down as fast. We're still over on that downward trend, but the fact that we aren't actually having these huge capitulation moments does give me a little bit of pause where I'm like, okay, this definitely means we're going to be going down for a slow grinding move up until we see if we can break down below that 20-week moving average. We've only done it a few times before, but we'll come back to that in a second. 2 hour chart, same thing as before. Still kind of bearish right now, but you can see these pauses have been happening. We're definitely heading back down lower according to the 2 hour chart right now. And finally, the 1 hour chart, this is basically for you guys if you want to see what's going to be happening for the rest of the day. We're hitting a little bit of support right now. We're doing actually a good job trying to hold it. And at the same time, you are seeing the 1 hour bottom out just a little bit here. It might take a few more hours before you're looking for another opportunity. And that day trade would encompass buying some type of higher low and then watching it try to break out above 64,500. And then making a run up here towards 65,000. It's really not the biggest of plays. This is definitely something where you guys might be looking to hold on to some leverage, but that's typically the play you might be experiencing right now. So that's it. Be careful if you want to take it though, because again, everything is still pointing towards more bearish action. But tomorrow is Monday, a new trading day, a new trading week. The stock market may be able to help Bitcoin out just a tad. Now, as far as that 20-week moving average is concerned, guys, I've been hoping for some good news here. It looks like we're trying to test out and break down below. We've broken down below it a few times in the past. Each time it was not necessarily the most fun experience, but it didn't really matter too much in the scheme of things. So, you might even think of this as a buying opportunity here where you continue to dollar cost average, but maybe instead of investing, $50, maybe you invest $100 that week. Something more like that. Back over here in June of 2023, had a nice low move, bounced right back up afterwards. Over here in August of 2023 last year, came all the way down in a hurry, found support, and then we came back up. If we were to have a very, very bad week, the support level isn't in a crazy spot for Bitcoin. If you ask me, we have one support level down here around 61,262, or you might even say all the way down here at 60,308. And then we have another level of support way down here at 56,467. At this point in time, the way we're looking, it would most likely just come back down here towards the $60,000 range. So that's where I might be looking to buy up a little bit more here. Afterwards, we're going to have to see if we have a lot of buying activity here, looking at maybe some volume charts and such. We'll probably look at that tomorrow and seeing if there is a solid enough support level right here for a bounce, or if we're going to try to do some Houdini magic and you're going to see a wick that comes all the way down towards the 50s and then it bounces back up without much closure down there. So that means the daily chart and the weekly chart's not closing down there, but we do wick down there just enough to freak people out and get some stop losses kicked out of the market as well. Okay, so A few things I want you guys to understand here before we go over the news. There are a few tokens making some good moves today. They are trading moves. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going up, but they are doing some moves, okay? So the first one right here is going to be Zoro. This was a newer token out there on a few different exchanges. Let me go over here to the 1 hour chart, and there you guys go. This is something where most people are looking for a bounce right here or for a short. So if it does start to break down, you guys can really play this time quite a bit here, which may be interesting. So just keep an eye out for this one. I probably should have chose a better chart for this one because I guess Binance just put it on here. Zoro, maybe Bybit has a better one. No, it's still relatively too new here. But you guys can see that level of support. There are going to be people buying up right now. But because Bitcoin itself isn't looking too healthy here, I think what you might see is a little bit of activity, people shorting right now, having a stop loss up here around 302, and then waiting to see if it does push back down here into maybe the 260s or 250s over the next few days. So just keep that in mind here. I mean, what can I say about this one? This one's been bearish for a while now. This is the weekly chart, or excuse me, the daily chart. Been bearish, everything bear, all the way since June 13th, just, a couple weeks ago. And we've been going down ever since. It's been very, very, very rough here. So at this point in time, if you guys do have a position in this one, and I probably should have chosen a different whiff too. These aren't my normal charts I'm looking at. Oh, interesting. Let me see. Whiff, Bybit. There we go. You can see how much we're breaking down right now. That next level of support might be just a little bit below, around 136 to maybe 115. But that's still a huge zone all the way over here for this to fall down. So again, be very, very careful of whiff. Whiff seems like it's just about to go into pure capitulation here. We're going to see a lot of people doing a lot more short activities. The weekly chart, bearish, as you guys know. It's not enough data to give you guys much oscillator action. Daily though, plenty of it, bearish. 4 hour, it's more neutral bearish, I would say right now. The chart is obviously bearish with the change of character, but the oscillators are trying to give it a nice little slow fall. It's not falling down like 20% every hour, that type of move. So just again, another short opportunity here if you're asking me. Already, this one's been trying to hold up a little bit more. I'm thinking of an opportunity to long this just from maybe where we are right now, kind of around $4, to me $40.10. Just back up here to break above the 50 and come into contact with the 20. Something more of a shorter term play. I'm not hoping for anything huge as far as 57 or something like that. $40 to about 49, maybe just 47 here if you guys are looking really for where that 20 might be on the 4 hour on the daily chart. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. And you see everything trying to curl back up. MACD is almost there, stochastic is almost there, and RSI is almost there. If you can just give this maybe 8 more hours, 16 more hours, something like that, I think there's a good trade there for maybe something more of a day trade here. Toncoin having a little bit more of a good day here. I mean, look at this. Toncoin's been ripping and it hasn't really had that same capitulation momentum. I'm looking at this as more of day trading and not so much of a swing trade here. The 1 hour trade seems to be pulling off some nice little fruits. You can see how we're consolidating right now. If we can have one more move up here sometime, I would say before Monday night, really, I might take that change of character up here and ride the wave. That's really all I'm looking for. Riding that wave, making some good money off of it, and, looking for that next level of resistance. For here, you can see there was one right there, hit the level of resistance, it was done. Here, it hit that level of resistance, consolidated for just a little bit, but then kept on breaking back out until you got to another level of resistance way back over here. I'm really looking for those small ones. I'm not really looking for the large ones, to be honest. But if you guys want to go for the larger ones, just have some type of scale up method. And I think Toncoin will do you some good here. Those 1 hour charts on a lot of these altcoins are really holding up quite well. Last one, this is something more of an interesting one because it's been giving up a lot of those gains. Again, it runs up, it breaks out, you hit that resistance level and you pretty much sell. It usually works out pretty well. At this point though, everything that's still very, very bearish in the oscillators on the 1 hour chart, the 4 hour chart here is just now turning over. So I actually think there's an opportunity here. If this starts to get more bearish in the 1 hour chart, you might be able to find a way to get this all the way back down here towards about 14.5 cents for a maybe like a 12 hour long short here. Basically, that's kind of what I'm looking for. As we break down below the 200 here, that pressure could bring you all the way back down here, having even a little bit more of a larger move all the way back down here. So think of when you break the multiple moving averages. So I got allergies, guys. You see how there's a lot larger of a move here, especially if I take this off. There you go. Larger moves. When you're breaking through multiple moving averages, they can be pretty good. Sometimes they're small like this when you're up against level of resistance, but those moving averages, especially with Casper, have led to some really large moves. So I'm waiting to see if we're going to have one large move that maybe comes in about 5-6%. Think of this type of candle. That's about 4% right there. And let's actually just move it down to 3-4% here. And that move bringing you back down here. Now that's 6% move, but I don't think it would all happen within one candle. It would be happening within multiple candles, like from here to here just did, okay? So that's kind of the gist of what I see happening around the market right now. As far as news is concerned, CoinStat suspends app after security breach compromises 1,500 wallets, almost 1,600 wallets. This was kind of a spooky one to me because so many people use different apps out there these days where they have their wallets connected to it instead of just having some type of cold storage that's just, you cannot touch that cold storage wallet, right? CoinStats, the crypto portfolio app, has temporarily shut down its application to address a security incident. There's always going to be one in the crypto space as it's all new, but still. The company stated that the breach was limited to 1,590 wallets, or 1.3% of all CoinStats wallets. The company reported that connected wallets and centralized exchanges were unaffected. CoinStats is also investigating a scam notification on some iOS and Android users received. Oh, some of the people received, scam notifications. Now, CoinStat stated that the list of affected wallets may be updated as the investigation progresses, but significant changes are not expected. Users with affected wallets are advised to move their funds immediately using their exported private keys if they were previously exported. CoinStat provided the link to the list of affected wallets. Okay. So they have a scam notification. It seems like the people thought they won a prize and they clicked on it and okay. Well, that happens quite a bit. Make sure you guys are never clicking on anything from emails or text messages and stuff like that. I get a bunch of text messages. I get a bunch of emails saying, hey, check out this new thing. Don't do it. There's usually a little bit of a scam inside of it, right? Potential causes of the private key breach. While CoinStats has not publicly disclosed the insights into the cause of the attack, the incident may raise concerns about whether private keys were stored on their server and the randomness of some wallets generated from within the app. I mean, yeah, if they're not telling the truth about that type of stuff, it could cause some chaos here. But that's all I wanted to talk about that. Bitcoin here, Michael Saylor actually just posted this a while ago, and this is showing the asset class total return since 2011, data versus wide charts as of 6/21/24, and you guys can see a lot of the big growth stuff like U.S. growth, NASDAQ, large caps, gold, EME, U.S. value, mid caps, and stuff like that. They've all underperformed Bitcoin here, and you can even see the cumulative right here. Bitcoin's up a lot with an annualized gain of about 148%. I mean, just absolutely juicy stuff. Another reason why I always say you guys might be looking to have a separate long-term account where you guys are just holding a lot of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. You guys can hold a bunch of other tokens if you guys want to in there, but usually those big dogs are where a lot of the money works out in the long term, where you don't have to worry about sideways momentum like years. Bitcoin usually keeps on going up, Ethereum keeps on going up, Solana keeps on going up, those types of things. And then you could always put other tokens like the Maddox, the ADAs, and stuff like that, Dogecoins, but I primarily recommend those three things right there. Okay, now this was something that I thought was very interesting. Not this one, no. There we go. The Winklevoss twins receive a refund over $300,000 from Trump's campaign. Apparently, this is just a short story. They each gave $1 million, but the maximum you can give is actually $844,600 from each person. So they actually over donated to Trump's campaign, so they actually got a refund from it. And this goes back into that thing where basically these guys, I think a lot of people are promoting Trump right now in the crypto space. They really just do it because they really hate the Biden policies as far as cryptocurrency is concerned. The Winklevoss twins donation refund comes days after they decried President Joe Biden for his anti-crypto policies while calling Trump the pro-crypto choice. Trump has really jumped into this lane here as far as crypto. A few years ago, he really didn't like it. Maybe he's changed his mind. Maybe some advisors have gotten to his ear and said, hey, this is a better way to get more voters, stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. However, at this point, he is definitely taking on the mantle of the pro-crypto president if you were to compare Joe Biden to Donald Trump. There is RFK in there. If he gets more notoriety, maybe he can actually take that mantle as well. But right now, Donald Trump has just snatched it, and he's like, this is mine, crypto guys, woohoo, ready to go. Over the past few weeks, Trump has reiterated his intention to ease policies around crypto if reelected. On June 7th, Trump said that he will put an end to Biden's war on crypto within an hour of taking office if reelected. Again, that means a whole bunch of bureaucratic changes that may make it a little bit easier for people to trade cryptocurrencies, buy cryptocurrencies, do anything they want to in the blockchain, stuff like that. Still have rules, but again, less gung-ho SEC making up laws type of actions here. And according to the Bloomberg report, Trump also had held discussions with Elon Musk on crypto policy. I thought that was very interesting because I'm really thinking that Elon with X, he is going to be making that into a crypto exchange in the future. He might wait for Trump to maybe win office before doing so because he doesn't want to deal with a very expensive lawsuit. However, I do think that's a thing that Joe Biden is looking to do here, right? So, excuse me. Man, allergies are definitely killing me here today. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this format. I'm looking to add more stuff in here, so this video might average anywhere between like 15 to 30 minutes a day. But I'm kind of liking this type of system where I talk about the charts first, then we go over some news, and then we, just have a little quick conversation like this. My nose is killing me though, so I'm not going to have that long conversation part afterwards. But I think right now things are generally looking fine. They're not looking catastrophic or anything. But again, it's just kind of that waiting zone. We're waiting for everything to kind of say, hey, come on, Bominos, everybody, let's buy. No, we're not looking at that whatsoever. We're looking at, okay, Bominos, everybody, let's dollar cost average. And you know what? It works in the past. It'll work again as far as I'm concerned. However, it's just kind of more of a waiting type of thing. Thanks.